Moses climbed. Up the slopes of Mount Sinai he went. The air thinned, the path narrowed. The climb was steep, but Moses was determined. He knew God was calling him to the mountaintop. He knew something extraordinary awaited him. The journey was tiring, but each step brought Moses closer to the presence of God. He could feel it. This wasn't just a physical climb, it was a spiritual ascent. And Moses, with a heart full of anticipation, was ready for the encounter. The peak was shrouded in smoke. Thunder echoed through the valleys. This was no ordinary storm, it was the presence of God Almighty. Moses stood in awe, humbled by the power and majesty surrounding him. And then God spoke. His voice, powerful yet intimate, resonated through the very core of Moses' being. It wasn't just the words that moved Moses. It was the love and care woven into every syllable. He realized that he was experiencing something truly extraordinary. From the heart of the fire and cloud, God delivered the 10 Commandments. But they weren't just rules etched in stone. They were words of love, whispered from a father to his children. In the book of Leviticus, God provided further instructions. These too were not burdens, but blueprints for a life blessed by his presence. These were not commands from a distant deity, but invitations from a loving Father. They weren't meant to restrict, but to guide, to protect, to lead his children into a life of joy and abundance. Every word was an expression of his deep and abiding love. Think of it this way. Imagine receiving a letter from someone who loves you deeply. Every word is precious, every sentence filled with care. That's what God's words are like. They are love letters, whispers of grace, invitations to intimacy. God longs for us to know him, to experience his love, to walk with him daily. His commandments are not chains, but guideposts. They point us to the path that leads to his heart, a path where we discover true freedom and lasting joy. As we seek God, it becomes clear that each step we take is part of something bigger. A design that invites us to connect with God deeper, reflect on our lives, and transform to be more like him. God's invitations to go up the mountain, to spend personal time with him, are precious. Do you wish to know God more? Discover his love, joy, and purpose in your life. Go climb that mountain. You may not know what you'll find, but I can promise you, you'll be glad you did. Bless you. This is a G.C.M. production.